it with AI, you mix it with automation, you mix it with the overhiring, then you get these kind of companies. They see that AI give them an opportunity that to replace people. I can do this project with AI instead of doing it with 3 people. And this is how they look at it.
I loved what he said, that AI is not going to take your job, but it's the people that know how to use AI efficiently will end up taking your job. I think that's beautifully put. Having said that, though, there are many professionals, tech professionals, that are losing their jobs. So, would you have, a word of advice for them, like in terms of pivoting maybe to AI, or let's say somebody whose job has been replaced by automation? What would your advice be to them?
Number one is you have to have the knowledge of AI. It's not just simply typing questions. One of the things I tell my friends and my students, go to ChatGPT or any agent you like, Gemini, you name it, and type this question: how can AI help me in my current job? Ask AI to help you using AI so you can keep your job away from AI taking it. That's the sequence here. So that's number one. Number two is upskilling, which is certificate. You don't have to pay for it. There is a lot of certificates in AI that are free, or maybe some of them are very cheap, compared to having a whole, degree in AI. Make sure that you have these kind of certificates, because AI is a key word when recruiters are looking for people. Now, I'll show you exactly how I implement this with my students at all the university where I'm teaching. I supervise the capstone, which is for graduate student, and the senior project, which is for undergraduate students. So, in order for me to accept a group, that this group will be supervised by me, and they come to me, I have to sign the paper for them to be the advisor. I have one condition. I tell them 30% of your project must be AI related. Whether it's a chat bot you create, whether it is analysis you use AI, whether it is a system you use, the other 70% is yours. You can do whatever you want. But I'm not going to sign off on your paper saying that you graduated unless there are 30% minimum in your project has to do with AI. Now, a lot of the students, they look at it and they say, okay, well, we'll see how that goes. By the end of the semester, 16 weeks, they have this feeling or this kind of confidence that if I go and have an interview and somebody asks me, have you ever did any project with artificial intelligence, or I have done anything, the answer is yes. Third of my capstone or my senior project is doing so and so and so and
That's
so.
a huge plus, right?
Yes.
Right from the word go, you start
Yes.
inculcating that habit of learning AI as they go along.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like
Fantastic.
the 70-30 rule. How did you come up with that 30%?
I look at it as, the whole percentage of the project itself. And usually they are doing an app or a website. You look at, okay, so what will be the percentage of the functions that can be done with artificial intelligence? Just to give you an example, at school, they have their website, and there is a chat bot that will pop up for you, and if you have questions, they will answer it. In the past, that was like something called linear, which basically question and answer, and then if you ask any difficult question, they refer you to a live agent. That's not the case for AI. AI will go in discussion with
The
you.
agent.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the agent will. So, what is the percentage of the functionality of this part compared to the rest? So it's about 30%, 25 to 30%.
In real life.
Yes.
Wow. So he's kind of simulating the real life in
Definitely.
the school environment.
Definitely.
That's awesome. In fact, I was talking to Dr. Sam about going back to school to pivot to AI, because my core has always been core software engineering, but not really AI. We are using LLMs and notebooks and all of that, and
That's good.
the way, like you said, like ask AI how AI can help you.
Absolutely.
So we do some things like okay, summarize whatever happened this week, or predict how many errors we will see, stuff like that. But there's still a long way to go. So Dr. Sam, थोड़ा सा आप पे focus करते हैं reskilling, जिसके बारे में आप हमेशा बोलते रहते हैं, right? You talk a lot about it. So reskilling in 2026, does that equate to learning AI, or is it more? And when people who, let's say, suffered because of workforce reduction, layoffs, etc., should they immediately try to learn AI, or there is a more holistic reskilling approach that you would recommend to them as strategies?
I mean, I would pick up from what Professor Dr. Banafa said that, you know, AI will not take away your job. People who know AI will take away your job. So right there is the word. The word is that start learning AI, right? And why it is important, because AI is sitting on top of the cloud, right? Automation that he talked about. Even today, 45% companies have manual work, even today, right? And I'm teaching this course, CPMAI, Certified Professional Managing AI from PMI. They talk about this, that automation is not even 100% today. So for AI to really grow and evolve, that manual work has to go. And that will help us. So cloud, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, GCP, AWS, Azure, these three clouds, and then cybersecurity, because as the current administration becomes more aggressive, China, Russia, and other countries will become more aggressive in threats. So cybersecurity will protect systems. And then DevOps, combining that, blockchain, look at cryptocurrencies, they are going to be stable coins. So I think these are some of the areas which kind of quantum computing kind of collaborate, and there's a marriage between AI and these technologies.
Awesome. So, which skills? I mean, I know you mentioned some, knowledge domains, but in terms of, skill set, which skills do you think will matter the most in the next few years?
I'll
So
have
open
Dr.
for
Banafa
your vote.
answer
Yeah.
that. He's my expert.
Open to your vote. Yeah.
Well, it depends on the person. We're talking about, the person is going for business, going for a technical job, but there are actually a common denominator, which is seeing the student when they're graduating and what kind of interviews they have, what kind of questions they're encountering. Number one is you have to have this AI literacy. You have to know about it. You have to know, for example, there is something called Gemini. There's some, everybody knows ChatGPT, 82% of the market, but there's any other things beside that, Cloudy, you name it.
For example, gradient descent.
All these things you have to know about this. Beside, if you're living here in Silicon Valley, you have no excuse because the news is everywhere about it. This is number one. Number two, the critical thinking part. One of the things that it's not everything will be taught to you in the school, in the books. They will teach you how to think, but they're not going to teach you every single scenario.
Right.
So the critical thinking skill is important. And one skill that I have heard from so many of the recruiters and some of my students who working at one of those big companies, they say communication. Communication is a big thing for technical people, like the engineers, the developers, the computer science. Business students, they're good because it's part of their presentation all the time, so they're being trained for that. But for the technical people, communication is really something they have to master. And because, yes, it's like I have $1 million in the bank and nobody will know that I have $1 million, I'll listen and start spending that.
Right.
So that's basically how you get that news.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You have $1 million, but nobody knows till you start spending. So I believe in spending.
Awesome. So, Dr. Banafa, there's of course, none of us like to feel old, right? We always, you are as young as you look, you're as young as you feel is something that we all want to. But the reality is that, things change in some shape or form. So, with the current, industry and the pace and rate at which things are changing, do you think mid-career professionals or those that are over 40 at a real disadvantage in this new AI-driven economy?
I think they are in a better position than the newcomers.
Wow.
The reason for this is AI is not everything. There is conscious, there is common sense. I'll give you simple examples, and then I'll go back to your question. It's a very good question. Waymo, right? The driverless car run by AI. This lady, she ordered Waymo, and she found out that and she want to send her daughter to school in Waymo because it's safe, there is no driver. They found out that there is a guy hiding in the trunk.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so imagine a human is there. Do you think this is going to happen? No. Because
Okay, no.
now they have to add more sensors. You have to make. So this is just an example of what. Now, when we're talking about 40 plus, yeah, they have experience. They have the context. They know the scenarios. They know the business. They know the industry. So they have this loaded, knowledge and experience plus AI. Now you have a perfect outcome. Instead of 100% relying on AI. Even those agents, they have a disclaimer at the bottom. We make mistakes. Make sure you check the important information. So I look at it as this is their opportunity, and they know how to get to the right answer, and they can verify if AI is telling you the right information or not from experience.
Wow.
Right.
Fantastic.
So moving a little bit from education to education systems, right? Like, there have been varying viewpoints, with some even saying that, colleges won't exist, or a college degree won't matter because you get everything on YouTube. So what do you think? Can universities and traditional education systems keep up with these rapid changes?
Not all of them. Some of them who will introduce the AI as an element and accept AI as a tool for the student. For me, I tell my students, ChatGPT is part of your citation. Use it. Don't abuse it. Because if you give me something which looks so good, then I know that it's yes, that's not something which is so. So use it, because that's going to help you. It's remind me when we started telling our students not to use the calculators in the past. And now it's in your phone. So we don't want to stop the wheel of innovation. Universities who will inject AI, infuse AI in their courses, for example, they have new classes, they have certification, they have agreement with Gemini or ChatGPT, so the student uses it as a tool. They will be okay. They will find themselves that getting to the point where it's going to force me as a professor to update and upgrade my class. I'm not going to be the traditional one. I have to think about something else. I teach a class in AI, and I don't have any tests. I have projects, and I have discussion.
I love that.
I have discussion. So discussion, which I have 42 students in that class, and I see that the discussion going on and how each and every one will have them. You have grade, evaluated based on this. Same thing with the final project, which is a topic. You pick an AI and you write about it, and then you present it. And if you did that project, you know how to present it. Because that's your baby.
So this ties back to your skill set, right? Critical thinking, communication, and all of that. Amazing.
You have some talking points also, because you've done a project.
Absolutely. So we are really approaching the end of our segment here, Dr. Banafa. So I'll ask you one last question. Thinking of society, right? Do you think we're moving too fast with AI and we're leaving too many people behind? Because a better world is, of course, if we take everybody along. And with that also, if you can just outline what your bottom line advice will be for people who are worried about their future in 2026, that would be awesome.
Okay. For the society, yes, the AI, one thing about the AI compared to other technologies, whether it's mobile phones or the internet, the speed is really high. We cannot even catch our breath, from one, head to the other head. It's crazy. In 3 years, we have seen all this. Everybody's talking about AI. The market size of AI is about $350 billion. About 70% of Fortune 500 using AI as a tool. The big four in accounting, they train everybody on AI, and they're going to spend something close to $400 million. So you're not going to see a technology in 1 or 2 years that this kind of commitment, and looking at it and say, this is going to change the revenue. Companies like Salesforce, the same thing. They have their Einstein agent and all these kind of different products where people now, they look at it, it's a must for me. Now, I'll give you just a simple example, and then I'm going to come to your question. I went to Safeway to buy toothbrush. And for me, I spend about, $10 maximum. I'll be, that's treating myself for fancy, stuff. And I went there, and I see this box of toothbrush, and the price is $180.
Wow.
And I say, a toothbrush for $180. Let me check and see, because there's a big sticker there. And here we go. toothbrush with AI.
AI. Yes, I knew where this is going.
So here's how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to connect to the Wi-Fi, and what happened is it's going to tell you how to properly use the toothbrush and report your progress and how it to your dentist.
Dentist. Whether you need a surgery or not, huh?
Yeah, they say he didn't brush his teeth for 2 days or 3 days.
Well, I got all my teeth
Too
intact even
much
today.
packing. I don't know. Okay, any last parting message for our listeners and people who are worried about AI taking their jobs in 2026?
Well, here's what I can tell them. I can tell them is make it your friend, not your competition.
Right.
Learn it and make sure that you use it. At the same time, make sure that your boss and everybody around you know you are using AI, because that's going to distinguish you from others. Simple things. I mean, we have Zoom. There is a feature for AI when you start Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
PowerPoint.
Summarize.
You can PowerPoint. You can see some kind of tools like Copilot to use with the Office.
Yeah.
Those tools, they're going to help you look better and do things faster, more accurate, and cheaper, because you're saving time. So do not look at it as a competition or something which is you're worried or scared from it. Make sure that it is on your side. And the last thing I'm going to say, why Microsoft called their AI tool Copilots. Who is the pilot? You.
Wow, I love that. I want to clap on that.
Lovely. I think that's a
So it is your
brilliant
co-pilot. It's going to help you
Yeah.
become better and better.
Amazing. That was, I think that's a brilliant. I don't think we can end the note on a bigger high. So thank you so much, Dr. Banafa, for gracing our show. We hope you come once again, because I totally want to learn more, and I'm going to be in your class.
Absolutely.
In one way or the other.
He already invited you to be there to talk to
but
students.
Also
And
take that project.
yeah. He's an amazing
Thank
teacher.
you so much, Dr. Sam. Thank you so much, Dr. Banafa. We'll see you, listeners, once again next Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. only on Tech Chai. Till then, stay tuned to Radio Zindagi, 1550 AM.
Ji, ja.